Welcome to the Healthy Living Doesn't Have to Suck podcast. I'm your host, Melyssa with the Y. Join me for conversations about creating mindset and behavior changes that build a healthier, happier you. Let's drop the struggle and say hello to healthy living made easy, entertaining, and empowering. Hey, y'all. Holy shit, it's June. That means 2023 is basically halfway over. We have reached the mid-year point, and I just can't even believe that. I mean, I feel like I blinked and New Year's was just like a few weeks ago, but nope, here we are in June of 2023. So how crazy is that? And normally, this is a time when we have a new season. Summertime is here, probably my favorite season of all time. I love the sun. I am a beach baby, and I just love being able to catch some rays by the pool. Obviously, wearing sunscreen, of course, y'all. Got to protect your skin. So I wanted to take some time today for us to just kind of check in. New Year's, I mean, like I said, it feels like it was just yesterday, but it was 6 months ago at this point now. And that means that you've probably set some New Year's intentions or New Year's resolutions, and maybe you haven't even thought about those since the beginning of the year, because if you're anything like me, that is hashtag accurate. So we're going to take some time today to just really kind of have a reset and refresh. For our educate section of this podcast, I want to just offer up some effective goal setting tips. And the first thing being SMART goals. If you haven't heard of the acronym SMART, here's a really quick breakdown. S stands for specific. So you want to choose a specific action or behavior that you can engage in. M is measurable. So you need to be able to measure your progress in some way, shape, or form. You need a way to say, like, either I did or I didn't make my goal. A, there's a couple different iterations of A. It could be attainable, achievable, action-oriented. For this one, I like to think about achievable in terms of, do you have what you need to succeed with this goal? Are there different resources or systems in place that can help you and support you with accomplishing this goal? R is realistic. This is where I like to do a little quick confidence check-in. So on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being it ain't ever going to happen, 10 being there is not a doubt in your mind, 100,000% it is going to happen. How confident are you that you can achieve this goal? And T is time-bound or timely. So having some kind of time-sensitive nature around the goal. So either when you're going to start the goal, how long you're going to try the goal for. So thinking about basically a deadline for the goal. So there you go. You want to set your goals to reflect the SMART goal framework. It's been shown over and over and over again to be a very effective method of goal setting. Now, the next thing that you want to do is make sure that this goal is meaningful to you. So is it connected to your values in some way? What makes this goal important to you? And then you also want to check in to make sure that your goal has a positively framed focus. A lot of times we will set our sights on what we want to get rid of in our lives or what we want to cut down on. But instead, we want to flip that and focus on what we want to add more of in our lives. So what are the good things that we want to bring into our lives? And the reason that's helpful is because when we focus so much of our time, energy, and attention on the things that we're trying to take out of our lives, it only makes us crave it and desire it more. So I want to encourage you to focus on flipping that script and seeing what you can maybe just replace some of those things that you want to take out of your life with things that you want to bring into your life. So here's a common one that I come across. Drinking soda. We're drinking energy drinks. Y'all, people pound those energy drinks like there is no tomorrow, and they are not the most supportive for your well-being. So if instead of saying something like, I will never touch another soda in my life again, first of all, That's what we like to call a dead person's goal because a dead person can do it better than you can. You are a human, not a dead person, and you only have a finite amount of willpower, and chances are you'll give into temptation at some point. Plus, where is the fun in living a life in which you tell yourself that you can never, ever, ever, ever have a soda ever again? That just sounds miserable. So let's not take that approach. Let's focus instead on what would you want to replace that soda with? Maybe you would want to have a tea spritzer instead. Maybe you would want to have like an electrolyte drink. Maybe you just want plain old water, but maybe spice it up with like some fruit infusion or something, or sparkling water. So there's lots of different options that you can kind of replace the soda with that is a healthier alternative. So instead of saying, I want to stop drinking soda, you would phrase this as, I want to drink 8 more ounces of water a day. Okay. Or maybe even like 16 ounces of water a day. So finding a specific, right, behavior. Specific in this case is going to be what kind of drink. Measurable. So here we have the ounces, how many days, and then how are you going to make sure that goal is attainable? Maybe you don't keep sodas in the house. Maybe you swap out, or maybe you keep them, I don't know, like somewhere where they're not easily accessible. So you only put like one soda in the fridge at a time so that there's only one cold soda that you can reach for instead of maybe like the 5 or 6 or 7 that you used to. Anyway, I hope that example is helpful in better conceptualizing effective goal setting. So again, you want the goal to be SMART using that framework. You want the goal to be values-based. So you want it to be meaningful and important and connected to your values. And then you want to make sure that it's positively framed. So focusing on what positive things do you want to bring into your life versus having that focus on the things that you're trying to limit or reduce in your life. All right, y'all, when it comes to reaching your goals, it is helpful to have some extra tools in your toolbox. And that's why I am so excited to introduce you to K-Pow Nutrition. And let me just tell you, they recently launched a whey protein line, and I cannot with how good it is. Like, it makes the creamiest smoothies. It is so freaking tasty. And yeah, it's just another amazing product in their line. This episode is brought to you by K-Pow Nutrition. One of my friends happens to be a doctor of physical therapy and a master trainer who knows firsthand the struggle of finding clean, high-quality supplements that actually work. So she decided to take matters into her own hands and created K-Pow Nutrition, a line of performance and daily lifestyle supplements. You may be wondering, what sets K-Pow Nutrition apart? Well, all of their products are crafted from the finest all-natural ingredients. Not only are these supplements clean and effective, but they absolutely taste amazing. So finally, you can fuel your body with confidence, knowing that you're getting the best. Whether you're a super busy mom keeping up with all your energetic kiddos, or a dedicated, multi-passionate professional, K-Pow Nutrition is here to support you every step of the way. You're a change maker if you're listening to this podcast, so that means you deserve supplements that help you shine your light the absolute brightest. Oh, and by the way, just for being a listener of the podcast, here's a little treat for you. Use the code CHANGEMAKER, all one word, for 10% off your order at kpowsupplements.com. You won't want to miss out on this opportunity to power up your lifestyle change journey with K-Pow Nutrition. Now, let's go out there and shine our big, beautiful light together, changemakers. All right, let's get back to the episode. So that's educate. And that brings us to empower. In this section, I'm just going to ask you a couple reflection prompts. Leave a little bit of time that, if you're not driving or something, you can either visualize this for yourself, or you can maybe journal it out, or even just take some time to think on it while you're driving to work or while you're driving to the grocery store. So whatever works best for you, just take a little bit of time to check in. Now, if you want to take a much deeper dive into these questions, I'm actually going to be hosting a free workshop I'm calling it the Mid-Year Reflection and Goal Reset. So if you would be interested in joining that, the link is going to be in the show notes, but you can also go to healthylivingdoesn't-have-to-suck.com/workshop. And this is going to be hosted on Friday, June 30th. So it's going to be right before we hit that second half of the year starting. So I am very excited for it. I can't wait. And again, all that information is going to be in the show notes. So I hope you will join me. If you can't join it live, that's okay. I am going to have the replay available for you, so don't you worry. I wanted to start off with a reflection question of what's gone well for you this first half of the year? What's something that you're proud of yourself for? And this is important because chances are there's things that are going well that we typically overlook when we think back on maybe some goals that we've set for ourselves. And if we haven't accomplished the goal, then that's usually when we beat ourselves up. But I want to start off with this positive spin. What has gone well for you over the last 6 months? Doesn't matter how small it is. Just think about everything since January that you feel has gone well for you, that you're proud of yourself for, that you've accomplished, and take a moment to acknowledge and reflect on that. And as you're reflecting on what went well, I would also encourage you to explore what strengths did you demonstrate with those things that you're proud of yourself for, that you accomplished. Knowing those strengths can be helpful in figuring out ways to apply them for new goals that you want to work on for yourself, or old goals that you want to revisit and refresh. Next, I do want to invite you to focus on maybe some setbacks or some goals that you abandoned, and just think to yourself, what did you learn from those? What did those experiences teach you about yourself? And maybe what are some ways that you can use those lessons to overcome some future obstacles? Next, I want to invite you to take a moment to visualize that it's December 31st, 2023, and you're looking back on the last 6 months, and you've accomplished the goals that you've set for yourself. First of all, what are those goals? What would you like to achieve between now and the end of this year? And as you're thinking about achieving those goals, in this visualization, as you look back, what are some of the challenges that you had to overcome? What are some of the ways that you helped yourself stay motivated and committed to reaching these goals? What are the systems that you had in place to help you be successful? And finally, I want you to reflect on the people that are in your life. Who are your biggest cheerleaders? Who are those people that you can turn to help support you in reaching these desired goals that you have? Who are the people that can help lift you up each time you fall down, that can help hype you up when you're really not feeling it, and that can celebrate with you as you accomplish your milestones? And for engage for today's episode, obviously, I'm going to ask you to go sign up for the workshop. It's free, y'all. It's going to be so much fun, and it's going to be really valuable in just giving you some time and some space to really reflect on this first half of the year and figure out what are the goals that you want to reset. Either things that you want to breathe new life into that you started at the beginning of the year and maybe it kind of fizzled out to this point, Or what are some of the goals that you just want to refresh? And maybe you need to just adjust them a little bit to just adjust. Ooh, that's a fun phrase. Um, so maybe you need to revisit those goals and just change them up in some ways. Or maybe there's some brand new goals that you want to set for yourself. So that's what we're really going to be taking a deep dive into the workshop. But also for this episode, I would love for you to set a SMART goal for yourself, even over the next month. So just think about something that you want to focus on that's going to help you to take better care of yourself, to feel better, to lift your mood, anything that's going to give you that little spark of happiness and joy as you're working on making these improvements in your life, and something that excites you to work on. I would love for you to share that either in our Changemaker community, our free Facebook group, or if you want to, shoot me an email and I'd love to know what you're working on. All right, y'all. I hope that this episode was helpful in kicking off this month of feeling motivated and inspired to take action to reach the goals that you desire for yourself and to really start taking actions to help create that dream life. Because you deserve it. You deserve to live a life that you love. And that is one of the reasons why I am so passionate about this podcast, about sharing my book, about sharing the Changemaker community and the Changemaker Collective, which is our group well-being coaching membership. Stay tuned for the grand relaunch of that happening soon. But our 8 founding members have absolutely been rocking it for the first we're in month 4 of the membership, I think. Wow, that's crazy to say. But it's been an awesome journey so far. They've really helped me to figure out the best ways to enhance the membership experience and really bring to the table lots of value and a community and support. But anyway, that's just a little teaser for what's to come. So I hope that you'll be joining me on Friday, June 30th for the mid-year reflection and goal reset workshop. And until next time, Changemakers, I will see you back here again next Monday. Take care, stay healthy, and be well. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Healthy Living Doesn't Have to Suck. I'm so grateful to have you here with us, joining our Changemaker movement. If you enjoyed this episode, we'd love it if you'd subscribe and rate and review this show wherever you're tuning in and listening. It helps more people discover the show and grows our community of changemakers. Please connect with us on social media and follow us on Instagram at Healthy Living Doesn't Have to Suck for some behind-the-scenes looks, bonus content, and updates on new episodes. And don't forget to grab your copy of the book on Amazon. Thanks again, Changemakers, and I can't wait for you to tune in next week.